Alright guys, so just as I promised, I'm back with a part 2 of this tutorial. So what we're going to do in this part 2 is we're going to straighten the dress over here. We're going to clear the wrinkles in her dress, and then we're going to smoothen the background. As you can see, the background is not that smooth. And then we're going to create our color correction. We're going to do color correction and add our lighting and all this stuff to it. And then that'll be it. That'll be it for this video. So let's proceed to straighten the dress. All right. So to straighten the dress, we're gonna come here. We're gonna open our frequency separation group, and then we're gonna select the color layer. Then we're gonna come back to our image, and then we're gonna select the mixer brush tool over here like that. So with the same settings we used before, let me just show you quickly. So these are the settings right here. Yeah, so then we're going to come to the color layer selected as well. As you can see over here, we're going to come to the dress, and then we're going to start brushing on it. So also when you're brushing on it, make sure you're keeping the natural look of the image. Don't overdo it. Don't make it look too artificial or too unreal. So you're just going to take your time and then just brush onto it like that. So I'm just straightening the wrinkles in the dress, just straightening it up, just to make the work look a little more neater. So just brush on it just like you do with the skin. You're gonna do, as you're doing it, you're doing it still, but you're not overdoing. One thing you have to keep in your mind is always how to make sure you don't overdo this effect. Otherwise, your image is gonna look very flat and very artificial, which isn't always nice. So just maintain it. Let me quickly change the width option over here to 57%. Yeah, I think 40% is fine. I'm gonna come back. Then brush like that. All right, let me zoom out, Control 0. Let's check the before and after. Before and after. Just do it from here, before and after. All right, so the dress is also looking okay now. Control 0 to fit the screen is looking much better. So now we're going to proceed to the background. We're going to smoothen the background now. So this part is a little bit confusing though, but I'm just going to try my best to make it as simple as possible for you. So just pay attention, right? So you hold Shift Control and then Alt and then E to make a stamp of everything that you've done below, right? So from here, I'm going to name this background smoothing. So then you're going to come here to select, and then select subject. So this is going to create a selection around the subject for us. So we have our selection created over here for us. So we're going to come back to select once more. We're going to come to modify. But before that, let's quickly create an adjustment layer just to have our selection on. So I can just choose to create an adjustment layer, a layer mask over here, but I don't like it like that. I like to actually have the separation, right? So I'm going to create an adjustment layer using the curve like that. So we have our selection over here on the adjustment layer. So let me just put this off like this. But then we have the adjustment layer with a selection on it. So I'm going to hold Control and then click on the adjustment layer. And as you can see, our selection is back again. All right. So let me just go and fine tune the selection a little bit. So I'm going to come to the lasso tool at the top over here like this. And I'm going to zoom in and then remove this selection. I'm just going to circle it to remove. But then as you're circling, you're going to make sure you hold. Sorry, I did a mistake. We're just going to press and hold shift rather. As you can see, we have a plus sign on the lasso tool. So that means we are adding the selection to it. So after I select it, you're just going to release it, and then we're going to have it selected for you. So shift once more, and then let's select this part into the image as well. Let's add this side to it to shift a circle. Yeah, so we're having a selection right now. So let's come here to the image, right? And then let's just come to select, and then modify, and then expand at 22. I'm going to select OK. As you can see, our selection has been expanded. Let me just zoom in so that you can see the selection. It has been expanded. Yeah, so from here, Ctrl-0 to fit to screen, right click, and then fill. Make sure the background smoothing layer is selected when you're doing this, like you can see over here, like this. All right, then you're just gonna right click and then fill. Opacity, set this to content aware. Mode normal, opacity 100%, and then click on OK. As you can see, our background, we have our background now. So let me just zoom in and just do some fine tuning. So I'm just gonna circle over here, just drag it to a much better. We're circle, drag. I'm using the patch tool to do this. And do the same to this one also. Ctrl-0 to fit to screen. I'm gonna come here to our layer, right click, and then change this to a smart object. All right, so if it's changed to smart object, you're gonna have this icon showing, as you can see on your screen over here. So when that's done, I'm gonna come here to filter. We're gonna come to filter, come to blur, Gaussian blur, and then click on Gaussian blur. So we have the Gaussian blur option right here. So at the Gaussian blur radius, we're just gonna drag it forward like this so we start seeing some good blurriness on the background, some smoothing. So just drag it forward until the image is looking smooth as you want it, as in the background is looking as smooth as you want it. So let me just 135.9 is looking fine. So I'm going to leave it at 135. I'm going to select OK. So the reason to which we had this change to smart objects is because when we have a smart object, we can go back again and then do an adjustment when the time or the image calls for it. But then if you do it directly on the rasterized image or the rasterized layer, you're not going to have the option to actually tweak it again when you have to tweak it. All right, so that's the main reason why we changed it towards a smart object. All right, so from here, we're going to select our curved adjustment layer that we created over here. That is a dummy. Yeah, so then we're going to come to the curves layer over here like this. And then we're going to hold on Alt and then click on the layer and then drag it to our background layer. As you can see, let me zoom out. So we have this now, but don't worry. Press and hold Control and then I. Again, make sure the the layer mask is selected together. Yes. All right. So from here, this is what we're having now. The background is looking smooth and nice, but then our image is not selected properly. As you can see, we have some parts that are selected that ain't supposed to be selected. So we're going to try and then fine tune it. So we're going to select our background layer like this, and then make sure the layer mask is selected. We're just going to zoom in like that. And then we're going to select the brush tool. I'm going to use the brush tool to actually fine tune it. So we're just going to fine tune it like that. Make sure you have this also selected. That is the foreground and the background colors. Make sure the foreground color is black when you're painting on it. All right, so I'm going to paint on it like that, just to bring back the parts that the selection couldn't have. And there's the edges. You can choose to ignore it though, but I love to have my selection looking as clean as possible because I don't want to lose the natural look of the image. I always want to have it looking as natural as possible. So that's the main reason why I normally go and then do this afterwards. So just make sure everything is nicely selected. Drag your image around. So you hold the space bar to drag your image around. You hold the space bar and then it's going to activate the hand tool. Then you're just going to drag your image around. When you finish, you're just going to release it and it's going to set back to normal. As you can see, all the side wasn't well selected. So you just have to just recheck and then just brush them into it back again. Then the hair. All right, Ctrl-0. Let's check how the image is looking overall. So this is what we're having now. So as you saw in my previous video, I normally love to have my shadows back into the image again. So what I normally do is I'm going to increase the brush size like that. And then I'm going to paint her feet just to bring back the shadows. Then I'm going to smoothen it manually. Yeah, this retains the natural look or the natural feel of the image. So all what we are doing is on the layer mask over here. Make sure you're doing this on the layer mask. If you're doing it anywhere outside the layer mask, you're not going to get it like this or you're going to get something different. Yes, so always make sure you're doing this on the layer mask over here. All right. So I'm now going to come down to my frequency separation over here. I'm going to open it up, select the color layer. Then I'm going to come back over here and then select my mixer brush tool like this. And then I'm going to come to the feet. And then on the color layer, I'm now going to brush to have this looking natural. So I'm just going to brush it like that. All right, so this is what we're having. So we're going to proceed and then darken the background a little bit. So we're going to come here and then let's create a curves adjustment layer. I'm going to come to the button over here like this, select this, and then select the curves adjustment layer at the top over here. We're going to create a point in the middle like this. Then we're just going to drag it. Sorry, we're just going to drag it down like this. As you can see, the overall, all like everything on the image is looking dark, but we're just going to separate it right now. So we're just going to select. We can either use this or use the original selection that we made earlier on. But the problem with the original selection is when we select it, we're just going to try, we are going to reselect or fine tune it again. But then with the other one, we've already done it already. But one thing is there's a little bit of difference in both selections, but let's just try both and see which one works better for the image. So I'm going to press and hold Alt. Then I'm just going to drag this and then leave it on first one like this. So as you can see, we have our subjects popping out of the background, but then it's not looking too nice. So we're just going to use the original selection. So Ctrl-Z to undo. Then we're just gonna come here. We're just gonna press Alt and then drag it to the top like that. And then yes to accept the change. Then we're gonna come Control I to inverse the selection. So as you can see, this is the original selection. It's looking much better. So we just have to go ahead and then try and then correct the selections once more. But then we can actually maintain this. It's not bad. We can maintain this. So I think I'm going to maintain it. But let's just quickly check the edges to make sure everything is fine. So like I said, it's good to always recheck. Just quickly brush this to just fine tune it. All right, so Ctrl 0 to zoom out. So this is what we have in the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. As you can see, our image, it's popping. Our image is standing out. Yeah, our subject is standing out. All right, so from here, we're going to color grade our image. I have an action also for this color grade. So I'm going to come to my actions. I haven't made this available yet in my digital store though, but then I'm going to make it available very soon. So I have color 1. I'm going to create like 5 different colors. Then I'm going to have it available in my digital store. So whenever you need it, you can just download it and then use it for your project. So I'm going to press on the color and it's just going to create our coloring for us automatically. As you can see, instantly it has created it for us. So when you want to make any adjustments, you can just go into it like that. You're going to select, this one is not too much. You're just going to adjust it. Maybe you don't want this one, you can just adjust it. Levels, you can just adjust it. Just make sure you're adjusting anything you want to your preferred look. All right, so I'm gonna have to make some small or minor adjustments over here. So I'm gonna double click on this, and I'm just gonna play around with it. So dragging the blacks back in the reds. Then okay, so this is what I'm having. Hue and saturation. I just wanna play around with the reds a little bit. So I'm going to create another hue and saturation. Created this. Then I'm going to click on this and then select on the reds in the image. Yeah, I'm going to increase it just a little bit further. Then I'm going to reselect. I'm going to use the sliders over here to select the exact reds that I want. So we have some yellows in the reds. So I'm just going to use the slider over here. I'm just going to drag it to the side just to release some of the reds from I want it to affect just the cloth. Okay, so this is fine. I'm gonna drag it back over here. Okay, I'm gonna play with the saturation. I want it to really pop, so let me check the before and after. This is the before and this is the after. The before, this is the after. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna zoom out. This is what we're having now. Our image is looking nice and very good. All right, guys, so this is what I had for you today. I hope you liked it and I hope you learned something from it. Kindly like this video if you learned anything. Don't forget to actually subscribe to if you haven't subscribed yet. And see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.